Hello. Welcome to Citadel Day More because I was getting a bit bored of playing Liberty Falls. I have been doing a little bit of work between this and the last one because, as you may notice, I'm running around with the, the PP-919 Bitism, as its real name would be, because I have finished the ARs. The FFAR is now done, as is the KSV and the oh god, what's it called, Kanto, because I already had those to be done. The knife, the cleaver, I'm now on Afterlife 4, so I'm on the, okay, that was a fail, the 20 kills don't be hit bit. This thing is the next SMG that I need to level. It's level 28, so I'm assuming I've got a few levels to go before it actually maxes, and I need to do the occult camo on it. So I decided I'm fed up with abominations, so I'm going to come on here and kill some amalgams instead, because I really don't like dealing with Terminus. I just don't vibe with them. The atmosphere of the map's cool, but I don't really vibe with it well. I mean, I'm going to try and get the 20 kills without being hit in the for the knife, because I've got to slowly work on that. But honestly, if I think I'm going to do that, I should probably do it on Liberty, just because with that room, with the motel room being openable, you can get a lot more kills in those first 3 rounds when this thing actually one-hits. You only get 1, but I think it's just 20. I need to finish leveling it though, anyway, because it's not level 30 yet. And I can't check on here because it doesn't tell me. Which I always think is a bit odd that it shows you what level everything is except your melee weapon. To be fair, I still question why melee weapons even have levels. I don't think they should. I think they should start at level max and shouldn't need to grind them to level. I always thought it was weird in all of the older games when that had melee weapons that they have levels. I mean, the launchers were always weird to me as well. The fact they have levels at all as well, because obviously I think besides Black Ops 4, there's never been a launcher that's gained an attachment. So why would you need to level them up? Yeah. So, you know, that's always a bit interesting. I forgot how big the magazine is when you've got extended mag. Feels like I'm just never running out of ammo. But, I mean, to be fair, it's an LMG-sized magazine. Well, I've known LMGs with 75 of them, so yeah, it's LMG size. It's 85, isn't it? Personally, I do prefer my issue with any of the mag size changes on this is none of them quite line up with the ammo counter. Like, if you empty mags, you never actually you always end up with like a half-filled mag at the end. It's being a little nitpicky, I suppose, so it doesn't really matter. That's why I don't really care all that much, but it's just one of those things that goes, you couldn't have adjusted, they seem to, you couldn't have like adjusted the ammo supply a slight bit because you've got extended mags. I mean, personally, I would have, like, well, you know, if you're putting fast mags in, I would reduce the ammo count slightly to make the mag sizes line up. You know, in for multiples, and the other way around. And if it was extended, I'd slightly increase it to line up, just so you always had the same amount. You had the same amount of magazines. You know, I feel like that'd be the right way to do it. I feel like if you did it the other way around, it would, because if you couldn't increase the fast mags because it wouldn't really fit. I don't know. I'm just kind of talking nonsense at this point while I do this. So I did record doing the unlocking the FFAR, KSV, and Tanto, so I'll probably throw that footage in at some point if I haven't already. So yeah, I'm going down to 75. They couldn't have added like 10 more rounds to. They couldn't have added just 10 more rounds to the reserve to make the number line up. But just 340 instead of 330. That's really going to make a big difference. But yeah, so there's that footage to put in, which is probably somewhere. To be fair, I feel like I'm doing some cutting today because I don't have loads to say. Just an observation. I don't know. Maybe I will. I know I'm getting a bit late with the videos again because my sleeping pattern's starting to get a bit more messed up again. But I'm trying. Decoy me. Hopefully that'll keep all of them off my back long enough to spin the thingy around. I'm going to go with no based upon the sound I'm hearing next to me. It was just enough. There we go. That's going to hurt. Yep, it did. It's almost like I can tell the future. But yeah, I suppose I'll jump forward a bit until I find something to talk about, or an amalgam to kill, I guess. You know, with it already being round 9, I should probably start trying to push towards Pack-a-Punch, otherwise I'm probably going to be in trouble when that first amalgam spawns. Then again, I'm probably going to get, well, I say the first one, I'm probably end up with the Doppelgas before then. Although I've been trying to grab my perks along the way, so kind of at this point saving up quick revive. So I don't know what would be best really. I don't know, I still don't really have a complete system. Hey, a level up. I still don't have a complete system set out for this map. Kind of just wing it every time I load. Seems to work out alright in the end. But who knows? Did I hear a zombie inside one of the cells? No? Did I grab the points out of this one? I did. Well, let's grab quick revive. And then let's fight this guy. Okay, I need to not get murked, which is because you know, that probably isn't a good idea. You're going to be the problem though. Can I get there, please? Thank you. God, they're so quick. Die. Thank you. Thank God for armor, eh? That probably would have gone a lot worse. That's the one thing I do notice about, obviously, I don't know if I've mentioned it in those videos, but obviously going back to play... Do they just keep spawning? Going back to play Black Ops 3, I think I might have brought it up at least one point. It's definitely an interesting thing to do, because obviously it's made me hyper aware of the differences in like the health system that exists now. Because obviously it's a big difference, and how it's actually quite a lot. It's way less forgiving. See, I don't mind the way that looks because it's limited to how much it covers. So it looks kind of cool, personally. But that might be more the comment on the weapon skin than anything else. I'm not going to bother with the swords today, am I? No. Day is in nil point. But yeah, I don't know. It is an interesting thing to think about with the health system changes, because obviously it's a slight point of contention for some people. Well, I don't know if it still is. I know it was at the time. Just due to how much easier it does make it. Okay, there's a helmet man. But God, this thing holds a stupid amount of ammo, don't it? And I do understand that, because in some aspects, it's like the reason I love Black Ops 1 as my favourite zombies game is because it's a pure experience. There's like not really much to it beyond the actual just core of killing zombies. And you could argue that the change in the health system, it takes away some of the difficulty that was inherent to zombies. But it swings and roundabouts. It's kind of, it's one of those things, I think. I feel like that the game has become, yes, the game has become easier. I will not say it hasn't. But at the same time, it has become a lot more accessible to a lot more people who may have got frustrated with how easy it was to die, or maybe aren't so good at first-person shooters. I mean, they were trying to bring the whole Warzone crowd in, weren't they, with Cold War zombies, with Outbreak and all that. Outbreak, I don't feel like was that. Well, according to what Treyarch was saying at the time, the numbers were saying like a 50-50 split. I don't know if I quite believe that's what the real numbers were, because yeah, it might have been at one point, but I don't feel like it would have been that the whole time, because I feel like some of the normal zombies players, see, look, the ammo count on this doesn't make sense either. Look, 340 to 512. Obviously, I think it's 256. I think it's the normal value, which is why that makes sense. It's like, yeah, 3 mags, but you've not given me 3 mags. You've given me like 2.5. Oh, big boy. Luckily, though, doppelgangers don't have much health. I suppose it doesn't really matter if you're reloading semi-often anyway, but it's things like that I notice. I could try and go back to the ammo he dropped, I guess. Why not? I have ammunition now. Wasn't that fun? But yeah, I don't know. I really don't. I feel like that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the numbers. I feel like maybe they were 50-50 at one point, but I guarantee you Outbreak didn't really bring the Warzone crowd in. I know that. It was a bit too. I just don't quite think it was really up on a lot of the alleys. Like, you had things where you had like Tim the Tap Man playing who played Outbreak, I think, a little bit, didn't he? Or maybe just zombies in general. I remember something about that when the Cold War phase came out. But as far as I know, they haven't stuck around. You know what I mean? They kind of went back. They played it a few times, then went back to multiplayer. I don't know. That's what I feel like would happen though. They're like, oh, okay, they're trying something new. It's kind of like Warzone, you know. I'll play it, and then it's cool, but it's not their thing, which is whatever. Like, you know, if it's not your thing, it's not your thing. I'm not gonna argue that you should play it, but I do find it interesting that I would care about you if I had challenges to do. It's like, I do find it's elemental next, isn't it? I mean, I'm going to take this because it's here and it will bother me if I don't. Let me be. Like, I could go for the horseshoe there if I wanted to. It's elemental next, isn't it? Which I think is up here. I've got hit. But, I'm trying to remember what I'm trying to remember what I'm trying to say, but it keeps just slipping immediately from my mind. Is it Deadshot then, Flopper? Yeah, it is, isn't it? I remember the perk order. The thing is my brain being the way it does, there is a perk order that comes from the Wonderfizz machine, because there isn't, and my brain will take that as the official order. Either that or the order in which Perkaholic gives you the perks, and I don't remember which one that is. I like having the original 4 first if I can. Well, I used to anyway. You know, back in the... I always bought Jug, Speed, then Double Tap, and then Quick Revive. Never really bothered with Mule Kick. Always found it got me, especially in the old, well, in the, you know, the maps that only had those 5, because I always found it killed me more often than not. Obviously, I changed that if I'm playing solo, because I'm not completely insane. And having Quick Revive first is kind of just the go-to in solo at this point. Okay, die please. Oh, I nuked you. It's a shame. Ah, the final stamp. Let's go deal with that so he stops spawning. I'm glad they do stop spawning once you have all the stamps, because they'd be kind of annoying to deal with otherwise. But yeah, that's just my brain. It doesn't really make a difference. If I get perks out of the like the vending machine on Liberty, I just sort of take them. It's not like it really makes that much difference. I like the reason I do like having quick revives, Jug, and Speed as my first 3 though. Just so that when I go down, I have the 3. I have the 3 arguably the 3 most important perks when I get back up again. No matter what, which I think is a good thing. I mean, I know Black Ops 4, they were talking about crutch perks, weren't they? And they just went, hold on, the way that... And they found a much smarter solution was just to remove the perk limit. But, I'm surprised that... I mean, we've been asking for no perk limits for years, haven't we, though? And custom maps have been doing it forever. This thing's running out of ammo. I mean, it's still got a lot in the magazine, but it burns through it relatively quickly. Salvage, please. Thank you. Yeah, but with this thing to purple. But, another doppel. Let's do this quickly. Is that a doppel or an amalgam? It's an amalgam. I'm getting back down to spawn. My first of 10. How wonderful. Oh yeah, I should try and do the big game one, you know, where you'd light 10 of those guys on fire, but I don't currently have enough salvage for a napalm burst. I got a shadow blast there though. I mean, I might be able to get enough before I kill it if I'm lucky. You know, kill the zombies, grab the salvage, and then upgrade it before I have to deal with the big guy. Okay, coming in here is a death sentence. I always do that as well, like I wander in here without meaning to. I mean, at least the portal's down there if you can get to it, so you've got an escape, but it is very much a death sentence if you're not really expecting to wander in there. Okay, I need to not die, please. I've got 1 piece of salvage. I didn't mean to grab that. Okay, while that guy's stunned briefly, I'm just going to swap this to there. I really don't know if I'll have enough ammo for this. I may have to grab some more halfway through. Yeah, because now I've ignited him, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to kill him before the ignition wears off. I could. Okay. That's 1 then of 10. I don't... Which, if I can do it, I can get all 10 in this. I did try and do it on Liberty Falls, but you can't ignite the HVTs, as far as I can work out. The big game augment doesn't ignite them, just full stop. And even if you like use firebomb to like explode a zombie next to them, it doesn't ignite them. So I think they're immune to the they're immune to napalm bursts. They might be, well, they might, I don't know, they might just be immune to all AATs. But I think I read, the reason I tried it is because I was reading like little guide that said if you know, to do it the easiest way is probably that. So maybe that did used to work, but even that said, you can't ignite them normally. You have to use firebomb to ignite them. So my guess is at one point you could ignite them through firebomb, but it wasn't intended, so it got patched out. I mean, it's interesting. I get the HVTs being stronger, them being but they're still elites. They should still be. Or maybe it's a bug that they can't be. Who knows? Maybe they don't class as elites for something in the same way. I don't know. Yeah, I need to get my armor up, which is what I'm hoping to get. But like I said before, I swear armor goes down quicker on this map. No, that's some full armor again. Well, I've got enough to go grab it. Where's the nearest max armor? It'd be the one in the little study, wouldn't it? So yeah, I should probably go do that. But hey, I wonder what level this maxes out as. Because some of them max out like 36, some do like low 30s. It's hard to tell until you actually get there unless you're looking. Can I kill that one, please? Okay, I've got one left. I'm gonna go grab some armor and probably some ammo. You know, whenever I come in this study, it reminds me of Dead of the Night. Just offhand, I don't, because it's very similar in like design, isn't it? Weirdly, but I do think Black Ops 4 had some cool ideas. Like, I was on Reddit looking at a post and somebody talking about what weapons they would really want to come, because it was the Black Ops 7 Reddit, and they were saying what weapons would what weapons would people would really like to come back. Obviously, the Peacekeeper was there, obviously, because it honestly the only Black Ops games that haven't had a Peacekeeper in have been the ones set in modern day or the past. So be Black Ops 1, 2, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 6, and Black Ops 7 are the only ones that haven't had one. Black Ops 7's not out. Black Ops 1, Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 6 are the two that haven't, right? Oh, and Cold War. But all three of those are set like in the past or close to modern day. So I guess that's why. I mean, other things, I think if the B-23R doesn't come back, that's going to be a huge misstep. Because it's just such a classic weapon from Black Ops 2. Of course, we know that, well, some derivation of the Cap 40... We have to buy ammo on a max ammo round, aren't I? Some derivation of the Cap 40 is returning, as seen in the arc. We think one of the guns being held by Mason is the Peacekeeper, but I've also heard somebody say it's the Sig Sauer. I've heard at least somebody point out it might be the Sig Sauer. You know, the US's next generation rifle. The one they're adopting anyway. I think. I don't know. I don't know enough about the US military. But I've heard somebody saying that might be what it is, which I think would make sense, being it's only 10 years away. I would love to see like the S12 come back. I always thought that was a cool shotgun. I mean, it's essentially just a Saiga 12 gauge, isn't it? But, Mr. Amalgam Man. Can I set you on fire, please? Apparently not. Can you not do that? That's kind of rude. Okay, I need to get either PAP. I need to get another PAP up, which is probably going to be my next goal. But nom nom zombie. Yeah, the what else? I was also thinking, because he brought up like Infinite Warfare weapons as well, right? So I was thinking I'd love to see the Proteus come back. I always thought that was cool. That was a cool like one. Possibly the SVG, the SVG 100 from Black Ops 3. I'd really like to see that, because I'm a sucker for that automatic bolt action. It's just a really cool. It's really dumb, as an idea, because why would you not just make it semi-auto? But I love it. Also, there's stuff like, oh god, what did I say? The DSR-50, of course, has to come back. The quick scoping legend from back in the day. I had so much fun running around with that thing with an ACOG on it. That was so much fun. Stuff like the, oh god, the Hades would be cool to see back, maybe. I'd love to see something like the Scorpion Evo or something like that, because that thing's fire rate was ridiculous, and that was really funny. To use, I don't think I'm going to get it before the flames run out. I've got the duration, I've got the duration extending one on, but now I'm going to need to try, I think it needs to die while it's on fire. So I'm going to have to try and let the napalm burst cooldown go and get a shot on it, but I don't know what that cooldown does. If he eats a zombie, that's actually kind of useful right now, because it means it's going to be less likely just to one-shot him. Yeah, I just don't know how long the napalm burst thing stays offline for. There we go. That's 2 then, I guess. Hopefully I'll get that Dark Ops challenge done by the end of this one, if I can go long enough to get 10. The Amalgams just have a lot less health than the Abominations, so I think it's probably better to do it on this one. I would have done it on Liberty if it's possible, but this is my second preferred method. Black Ops, I say, oh yeah, that's one of the answers. Black Ops 4's unique attachment system, you know, where some guns have unique attachments specific to them. I'd like to see something similar to that come back, because I always did think that was really cool. You know, it's sort of some weapons have attachments specifically designed for them, but I suppose the conversion kits that that Modern Warfare 3 introduced sort of fill that role. And like the unique stuff, like what is it? The in Black Ops 6, there's stuff like the Growl, like the 5.56 is like the SWAT 5.56 has that full auto conversion, as does the AEK. The Goblin has that mini rocket, which essentially turns it into a gyrojet. Those ones sort of fill that role, I guess. Which means it's never really died, but I just, you know, I wish they were there from the start, not have to be like unlocked in through season. I don't know. Like, I think it'd be cool if they could add a unique attachment for every weapon. So, you know, as new weapons are added to the game, more new unique stuff is added. But I know that probably be really difficult, because it's a lot of I say it's a lot of custom modeling. The gun's all custom modeled anyway, and that kind of the system's now more focused on the skins anyway. You'd think they'd be used to do it. It wouldn't take too much to make them to do a custom model for that attachment. But I'm not a dev, so who knows? Maybe it's harder than I think. I mean, coming up with your initial idea is probably going to be the tougher part, I'd have thought. Lightning. I do love me some lightning. Good. I've nearly emptied this thing again. Because this thing just drinks ammo, apparently. Right, I need to get to Pack-a-Punch. I'm level 84. Loading screens. We love them. I do wish there was I get why you can't just teleport to the Pack-a-Punch room, but, you know, would be useful. It's not too far of a run, to be fair, though. You just have to make the jump. Right, let's deal with you quickly. Okay, can you die? Okay, I'm going to get trapped here if I'm not careful. It's, okay, now that one is ugly. Let's get out of here. Yeah, this one is uglier. I'm not so keen on this one. No Raven. No ravens. Yeah, this one's just a bit ugly if you ask me. I mean, I don't mind the color scheme. It's just, I don't know, something about it just doesn't really work for me. Maybe it is the colors. Maybe they clash too much, in my opinion. I don't know. Is he dead yet? No. Good. That's information. Oh God, where does health come back from? Is there a second one? Can I get out of here before I get surrounded? I can. It's the problem with trying to run through that door. If you're not careful, the zombies that you're leading through one door will come back round to the other. You can't do it too quickly. Is that a nuke? Look like one. Weapon level 32. The tactical laser. As opposed to the Strelok. I'd probably keep the Strelok on this one because this sight is part of the skin, so I'm kind of probably going to keep using it. Maybe? Yeah, probably will. I do wish you could. That's one of the other things. Like obviously weapon skins. I do wish sometimes that the skins were attachment agnostic. You know, so you could once you picked a skin and you could have any attachments on that, or failing that, I mean, it's a lot of work, but it would be cool if like the weapon vaults from like MW was that 2, 3, you know, where every attachment has a unique skin unique skin for that one, so you can, you know, set up any way you want, but there's a consistent theme running through them all. If they could do that for every skin, that'd be really cool. I understand why not. That is a lot of work. Oh god. I need to remember I've got the Ether Shroud if I need it. Thought I could fight my way out of that though, and I was right. That's the problem that I have. I get trapped on corners way too easily in this one. I don't know why. To be fair, I might swap the laser out for tactical steady aim, maybe. Steady aim might be better. I mean, steady aim's a good compromise. The steady aim, the tactical ones are a decent compromise between movement speeds you get whilst hip firing and the tightness and accuracy you get for ADSing. But it doesn't slow you down as much in my experience. If I'm wrong, then it's probably I mean, it makes sense, wouldn't it, if it slows you down a little less. There's no stat for it though. There's no like tactical aim movement speed. The stat blocks for COD guns now are kind of wild, aren't they, with how big they are? But at the same time, there's stuff like the salvage rate, which obviously gets increased by the suppressors, but there's no stat for it. I feel like there was in Cold War. It didn't really have a number attached to it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I remember it being like you could compare the suppressors and you could see which ones would technically increase it more. And there's no real way to do that in this one. You know? I mean, this one has more downsides and more upsides because it's the monolith one. But I would like to know if it increases salvage rate more than the normal one, which I feel like I've seen somebody test and that it does, but for all I know, that could have changed in an update. I don't like having arbitrary stats like that are hidden. I'd rather have either the simple system that the old ones used to go on, whereas there was just a damage, a damage, fire rate, handling, and whatever it was, you know, just and like 10 pips, and it was just an arbitrary value, or I want all of the numbers, like all of them, and and that's the thing. If you're going to give me some detail, I'd rather you give me all of the details, not some of the details. You know what I mean? Because it feels like you're kind of leaving a lot of stuff out otherwise. Right, let's see if I can deal with my third amalgam. Depends when he ignites, really, I suppose. Because if he ignites straight away, That's kind of an issue. It's more like you want him to ignite more like half health or something. Don't eat me, it's rude. This one doesn't appear to be igniting, weirdly. It's not triggering. Oh god, I've run in here again. Did that ignite on an enemy behind the amalgam? It did, didn't it? Yeah, from what I've read, it doesn't have to be a napalm burst, like elite kill. It just has to be they're on fire when they die, which I suppose makes sense, because how would you guarantee it's one of the napalm burst kills it if you're shooting at it, you know? Okay, right, now I need to just kill it quickly. There we go, that should be 3 now. Thing is, I've got no way to track it, because there's no, like, because it's a Dark Ops challenge, there's no, like, bar that fills up in-game or anything. Although, I have noticed camo tracking appears to be broken. Because when I was trying to do the FFAR, right, I was trying to track, you know, on this menu, like, track the FFAR here. And I couldn't do it. When I clicked the button to add it to the track, it just didn't appear. It just didn't do anything. In fact, I pressed it like a couple times in a row and it crashed my game. So I think I think the tracker's kind of broken right now. I mean, it's not a massive deal, is it? It's not fundamentally inhibiting gameplay in any way. It's more of a quality of life thing. 33, still not max. We do have this heavy stop. But no, I do wonder if we'll get anything like the crazy conversion hits from MW3 back again. Because, and to be fair, Black Ops 7 would be the game to do it in, right? Because it's set in the future. I mean, it makes sense they're not in Cold War or 6. Oh, I say not in Cold War, but the Cold War was predating them, wasn't it? But yeah, it makes sense they're not in here because obviously stuff like that is becoming possible with modern technology today because of, well, a lot of it through stuff like 3D printing, right? I'm going to go and pack a punch again. But going back, if you went back to like the 90s and stuff like that, that kind of stuff isn't really feasible just by virtue of how complicated it is to modify, like, how complicated it is to produce the parts to modify weapons in such a way. I do still find it hilarious with Vanguard that they went completely off the wall by the end of it, and they just went, here, have the EM1 from Advanced Warfare, of all things. How's this one look? I still prefer the PAP-1 camo, to be honest. I mean, these ones are better, like you don't get me wrong. These ones are not as puke-inducing as the Liberty Falls one. But I do still prefer that first one. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe it could just be this gun, to be fair, because I don't mind because I like the one on this map for the most part. So it might just be the fact that I'm with this gun because the camo's, you know, it's not as all covering. Maybe that looks a bit weirder to me. Just say I do kind of hope we'll get access to the PAP camos as like a super Easter egg reward for this, for doing all of the Black Ops 6 ones. Well, that's the other thing as well, right? Obviously, we know Black Ops 7 is this year, which is, you know, a consecutive release, which is always a bit iffy because you're wondering if the devs have had enough time with it. Of course, Cold War was the first sort of new Black Ops in the new, like, era, wasn't it? Now, I don't, obviously that was the pandemic, it was COVID, so there were probably, should we say, difficulties in development due to that. But at the same time, and Treyarch were learning a new engine, and they were trying a lot of new things and experimenting. But at the same time, was it really as baked as it should have been? And then they kind of had to... And they got pulled off of that pretty quickly, didn't they, right? Because Vanguard needed finishing. Oh no, none of the maps in Cold War are bad by any measure, I don't think. But I do find it funny they got ripped. Treyarch then got ripped out of that, put into Vanguard to fix Vanguard because Sledgehammer just couldn't make it work. And then after that, they had to make. Were they making? Did they help with MWZ? I think they did, didn't they? So they immediately had to do that when Modern Warfare 3 came out. I think. If not, they've had time. So Black Ops 6 is probably as polished as it is because they've had extra time for it. But obviously the map, we're getting a lot of maps really early in seasons, aren't we? Like they're not as spread out as they previously have been, which is an interesting thing. So people were wondering if that means we're getting like, why do they evolve into those? People were wondering if that means if we're going to get like, you know, a zombies map every season. Which obviously hasn't happened. Well, unless Reloaded has one. Because we don't have one for 4. I don't know why I'm collecting these. I have everything. I've got hundreds of those things now. Just uselessly sitting there. And that's what I mean. I feel like that event, the numbers are all a bit too low. Maybe add an extra 0 to some of them. It feels like maybe not that drastic. You know, I mean, maybe double the numbers. Minimum triple, possibly might be a better plan. Oh, my perk machine will have spawned in. Here it is. Oh yeah, I forgot my 100 points out of the pool table, didn't I? Yeah, depth perception first. Right. Can I have a... This is a bad idea. Run. It's 100 points. Why am I trying to get it? Gonna get myself killed. Okay, so 2 perks left. That's another, like, what is it? Is that a doppel? It is. There is an amalgam as well. Well, let's deal with you first, because you're going to be a problem otherwise. Oh, goody, I've got 2 amalgams. Can you not eat me, please? It's rather rude. Okay, this is going to go well. So, by killing a doppel, I spawned in an amalgam. That's a decent trade, personally. The amalgams are easier to kite than the doppels are, because the doppels are just way too quick. I think I'm going to have to do on a long train right now, though. Just by virtue of how this is working. There's one, which I think was on fire as well, so was that 3 or 4? I've completely lost count. I'll find out when Nebula unlocks, because if I have done it, then when I unlock Nebula, I should also unlock the Dark Ops challenge. Okay, I was gonna say, I feel like I'm about to get swarmed. It's that sense from playing a game long enough, you know? You get that sort of sense that you know, you sort of start to understand the spawn logic subconsciously. I do wish the zombies didn't despawn so much. Like, I understand it, but at the same time, as somebody who prefers the more classic style, I'm like, no. Once a zombie is spawned in, it should only despawn if it gets stuck. It should be just following me, not relentlessly for the rest of the time. It shouldn't stop and spawn in front of me. Like I said, I get it, but at the same time, like, that makes more sense to me. Make them persistent once they've spawned in, unless they're actually stuck. I feel like that's 5, but that's either 4 or 5. I don't think. No, that must be 5. Yeah, so that's half of my amalgams. That's the other thing as well. Abominations seem to spawn in more rarely than amalgams do, because they're just a bit tankier, I'm guessing. And it's harder to reach the point where you've got more than one at once. I mean, I do want to try and do... I could try and do the Kunoichi one while I'm here if I have to get some spare points to pat my knife. And some spare salvage to level it. I do wish... no. You know, I was going to say, you know, maybe having stuff like Aether Tools being a rare, like, drop from the bosses would be a good idea, but I feel like they're a bit too common for that. It'd be too easy to get free upgrades. So it makes sense that that doesn't happen. Let me just do that, so I'm starting in the right direction. Oh no, I do kind of... I kind of looking forward to when I have all of the guns Nebula. Well, there's a challenge for getting 33 of them, isn't there? Which is the number in the base game. And then I'm looking forward to it because at that point I don't need to really care about what weapon I'm spawning in with. You know, I can just spawn in with whatever. I can start hitting the box again. Because that's the problem. If you're doing camo grinding, the box is just entirely pointless. Unless you're on like a directed mode match and you're just spinning the box to get the next, and you've done a gun and you're spinning the box to get the next one. But I don't do that. I tend to leave once I've got it and then just spawn into a new match. Because well, to be fair, I think I start getting a little bored after doing the camera grind, especially on directed mode. Because I'm just sort of sat there going, right, let's just grind out, like 30, like round 14s or round 11s or whatever to unlock the, Afterlife, or no, Opal, that's the one. Like, yeah, great, I've got to grind this same round out 30 times, and there's not a guarantee that a mangler's actually going to spawn, so I might have to do it, like, more like 60 times. And it's kind of a bit boring when you're going for that long. I mean, this video is going on for a while, apparently, because I'm recording. I've nearly been an hour recording already. Oh yeah, I don't know, but Markiplier finally started playing Secret of the Mimic yesterday. He was live streaming till about 1 AM my time. So that was cool. Glad to see the King of Five Nights at Freddy's back again. I mean, I saw a Reddit post that apparently he didn't even realize the game was coming out until about 2 days before. I don't know if that's just him sort of joking about though. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to tell with him. I mean, it could just be a bit, but it could just be because that is very much his sense of humor. But it could also be that he genuinely didn't know. Well, somebody did respond to saying, yeah, well, there hasn't really been much advertising for it outside of, like, you know, the fandom, which is, I suppose, right. Like, I knew Secret of the Mimic was coming, but I had no idea when or, like, you know, we knew it was coming for a while. But I had no idea on a release date or anything like that until I saw, I think 8-Bit Ryan posted a video about like playing it like a day early, because he was allowed to show some gameplay like a day early, because obviously I think some of them got early access like day before release. And I was like, oh, that's come out. And then I think Game Theory started playing it the next day. Live stream, I think FNAF was playing it. I think FNAF got it a day early as well, I think. I don't 100% remember, but yeah, I was like, oh, that means, and I went, okay, well, I better wait for Mark's video. I've watched, okay, another doppel. I've watched the first, like, section a couple times, because I started watching, you know, Game Theory and, oh, who's it called? FNAF, and obviously 8-Bit Ryan's video. I don't know if I will. I don't know if I'm. The thing is, I kind of want to say I'll record it, but problem is I'm still applying for jobs. I'm still trying to get one, so I don't really have a lot of money right now. So I'm trying not to spend much. So I'm like, I don't really want to buy too many new games, so I feel like if I did get round Secret of the Mimic, it'd be a while. And if it's going to be that long, I won't be blind, because I'm going to want to watch other people. I'm going to want to watch people playing it. So I don't know if it's worth me recording. I mean, to be fair, I think the only FNAF, I only own 2 FNAF games, I think, which are World and Ultimate Custom Night, because they're free. Like, World has been pulled off of Steam, but you can still, there's still a way to download it. It's just kind of, it's like a hidden thing. No, but there's like a thing you can, I can't remember how it is to do it anymore, because I did it ages ago. But there's like a list of like 10 games that you can add to your account on Steam for free, but you can't get them. You can't like find them on the store. They don't exist. I think there's another one you can do another way as well. There's like, I know one way you can do that with at least one game. If you go through the support page, there's like, you can say this game isn't in my library, and then they'll add it to your library, and I can't remember which one it is. I saw a video on something like that recently. I should probably go get my other perks. Between rounds. Can you die, please? I really don't want to deal with you. Let's jump over the car. There's another one. You see, the vermin are they're the biggest annoyance in this, but in Black Ops 6. I do like they you know, it wasn't just plague hounds again though. It is something new. Yeah, I say it is something new, which is cool. It's not just plague hounds again, or hellhounds, or Nova crawlers, or jumping jacks, or whatever. But I feel like the plague hounds would have got old if we just had them over and over. The vermin and the parasites are an interesting idea. They're incredibly annoying, which is, I think, the point. But I do think they can be slightly too aggressive sometimes. Like, they can empty your health bar. In, like, no time flat. Like, way quicker than any zombie can. I mean, it makes them a threat, and they have, like, no health. I'm always a bit funky with flying enemies and zombies, because they can be kind of hard to hit and hard to control, because they can ignore the you know, most terrain. Can I get through to that doppel, or is he too heavily guarded right now? I say guarded like the zombies are actually attempting to stop me shooting at it. I do like the doppels. The doppels are really cool though, and so are the amalgams. Abominations and manglers, I'm a bit in and ahhing about still, because I feel like the manglers have been slightly overused since their return in Cold War. Like, I feel like if they'd stayed in Cold War, same with the pan. I'm glad the Panzer Soldat hasn't returned. Because obviously it was thematically appropriate for that game, you know, right? Because it was, well, the redesign, because it was, you know, Russia versus it was Russia versus America. It was very Cold War. So it made sense. I'm not sure I'm completely on board with the manglers coming back again in Black Ops 6. I know making new enemies is hard, so I'm not gonna say, you know, the devs should have, because it could have even been a time crunch thing for all I know. Right, perks. But I you know, it would have been nice to see something new. Oh, I bought them the wrong way around. Oh, that's annoying. See, that's going to bother me now, but I mean, a little bit. Not really. They're perks. As long as I have them all. I'm going to find me some ammo. That nearly went horribly wrong. And that's what happens when you rush. That's the fire rate I want. Yes. I do wish Double Tap had a, you know, because obviously Speed Cola has classic formula. as an augment in this, which, like, increases your reload speed even more. I do wish there was, like, a classic formula option for double tap that just, like... Oh, there is an amalgam here. That did the same thing, you know, just massively increase your fire rate even more. I think something really dumb, which could have been fun, was it, like, doubling your fire rate, like, actually just straight up doubling it. It would have been really dumb. Okay, can I get the... You need to go. You need... Because the parasites will strip my armor if I'm not paying attention. That's why I have an issue with them. They just armor strip. Right, that's you dead. So I'd rather not deal with doppels and amalgams at once. Although that doppel wasn't too difficult to deal with. I think he was getting a bit stuck. It is weird how many ways there are to increase your damage now, though. Because obviously, on top of having 3 levels of Pack-a-Punch, you've got the salvage system to upgrade your gun to legendary, which also increases damage. Deadshot increases damage. Double tap increases damage. Elemental Pop is technically a damage enhancement as well, because it's AAT activation. Oh yeah, and AATs, you've got those to increase your damage. There's like a lot of ways to increase your damage these days. I don't know if anything else really does. I mean, technically, obviously Macchiato does, but that's for melee damage, not for gun damage. Improves your gun butt, I suppose. It turns the gun butt into a 1-inch punch. I should probably start killing things, shouldn't I? Oh, it's behind me. Can it catch on fire, please? No, apparently. Can I just... Can I just throw an orb, please? Yes, thank you. I'd like to set you on fire and distract the zombies, but this one doesn't appear to be burning. I have to wait now. Why is it not burning? I haven't shot 42 enemy distractions. I'm so glad it's... that is one of the things I love the most. The fact that we're not still limited to 24 zombies around, or a wave, like we used to be. Why is it not triggering? Okay, I'm gonna have to let him regain some health before I can shoot him anymore. 48? My guess is the number I've got. Can I, how do I get napalm? Oh, it must have napalm burst on the vermin of all things. Yeah, I need you to regain some health, whether it's me or something else. Please. I'd rather it not be me, because it kind of consumes my armor. See, look, he ignited that one. There we go. Oh, I guess it's going for me. Yeah. That's why I don't like that happening, because it stripped my armor and then it put me in the middle of the crowd. The doppel spawned in? Seriously? God, I'm going to start going on the long route then. Go on the long circle and see if I can grab Okay, it's triggered on you, which is slightly annoying. Because I want it on the amalgam. More so anything else. Get ready to pat this next, I suppose. Not much else I can do with my points. Oh yeah, from what I've read as well, something I didn't realise. Apparently the way it works is when you exfil, your essence is turned 1-to-1 into XP. Which is cool. But, that doesn't feel like a lot, really, in terms of long... Oh, God. Still? Okay, oh, God. Don't get stuck. Okay, I need to buy armor. Safely. I think. You've still got no health, yeah. I'll run around and let you regen your health. This one's being stubborn. He does not want to burn. Thing is, now I'm worried. Knowing my luck, if I shoot anything at this point... Oh, I'm going to get trapped there. If I shoot anything at this point, I'm going to trigger it. So, that's probably about it. There, the amalgam's coming this way. I guess I'm going to open one of these doors. Maybe both is a good idea, so I can use them later. I think, technically, the only other doors I haven't opened are the other way to Pack-a-Punch now. Isn't it? I think. Oh, wait. Is there any armor anywhere on the wall? Is there armor inside the pub? There is, isn't there? There is. This is probably slightly too dangerous. 10 grand to fill up my armor. Let's get out of there. Oh, good. I heard the amalgam eat something. I mean, I can't really... I could just kill him, but there we go. But I'd really like to try and get this challenge done. It's the only reason I have the big game in the big game augment on. Otherwise, I would be using Fireball. No! No! Stray bullet hits the wrong enemy. Wonderful. That's my luck, that is. This is the thing, I'm like, it's too close to, like, ADS, realistically. But if I don't, then I hit the wrong thing, and then I don't get it, which is great. I want the amalgam in front of everything else, but the problem is it keeps slowing down. And it takes a weird route through the zombies. Like, it doesn't just barge them out of the way. There you are. Still? Like, you'd think it would trigger by now, right? Okay, he is near dead. Right, well, I'm gonna jump ahead, I think. And I will catch you in a bit. When this guy actually lights on fire. Or I kill him by accident. Whichever one comes first. Oh, okay. Well, I've accidentally killed him. Guess that answers that question. Guess I'll try and do 11 amalgams. Right, I do need to kill these guys and get some armor back now, though. Luckily, killing these guys doesn't take long. God, is it still that early in the round that I'm still getting spawns? I suppose I never really killed the first wave, did I? Okay, I'd like some armor drops, if that's at all possible. Just a couple plates, you know? To be fair, that could be a cool reward for doing the Super Easter egg. Golden armor plates. Hey, there's another one. And that one was on fire, I think. I have to say, though, killing doppels. Last round, I got, like, 7 or something of them. And that feels slightly excessive. And to be fair, the one thing I am noticing now, obviously, because I'm on the SMGs, it does take me a little longer to kill the zombies at this point than I'm used to it taking, because I'm used to dealing with the ARs. But, I suppose it can't get much worse. You know, I'm wondering if the can kill 10 elites while they're on fire thing may need to hold off until I'm dealing with something that's just got a bit of a higher damage per bullet. Because I feel like this thing is beginning... It's not falling off, but it feels like it. You know when you're using a gun and you can feel that any round now it could just stop. Okay, well, okay, there's one. I got 2 amalgam spawn that round. I was like, great, another 2. I had about 8 doppelgasts spawn in, which took me forever to deal with, and I could not ignite those amalgams no matter what I did. Managed to get one of them to ignite right near the just before I killed it, but one I had to do without. So I'm now down 2. So once Nebula unlocks, I sort of kill another 2. I did pick this thing up off the wall because I figured I want something with a bit more damage. Didn't have enough to triple pack it though, so hopefully I'm alright. To be fair, I still need to... I haven't got an ammo mod for this thing yet either. That's, I'll keep... So, I think I'm on... I think I've killed 8 amalgams now, total. So, only 2 more should be. Can I get Nebula? And I can finally end this video. Okay, I keep forgetting what round it... I forgot what round I was on, and I nearly got caught out by super sprinters. I don't know if I'm going to... I was going to say I'm going to push for 46 and then leave no matter what. I don't even know if I'm going to make it that far. I need to get more Casimirs. Can I make them quickly? Or have I run out of time? I've got time. Just. And I meant just... Oh, goody. I've got some more amalgams. I'm just going to try and beam it down. I don't care if I'm getting the Dark Ops challenge anymore. Casimir, please. Come on, leave me whatever's left. Let me just... Oh good, there's another one. That means I can get this amalgam bit done. Casimir, mate. Die, please. Gonna get stuck. Oh, that's Nebula. Cool. Whew! That nuke, please tell me it is. Did I get both amalgams then? Oh no, there's the other one. Hopefully. Yes, I would like a chopper gunner. Well, doesn't really, well, I'm just gonna probably cut forward here. I'm gonna try and make it to an exfil. Aha! I made it to exfil. Right, let's get out of here. Yeah, I know that Dark Ops challenge was difficult, but it feels like if you don't have the right gun, or you've got like a bad, or you get like a bad run with, it's a case of you need to get enough elites early in the game, I think. And I think this is probably definitely one of the maps to do it, either this or Terminus, but I need a one I don't, I need to not have like an SMG the entire time, I think. I feel like I need a gun more like this. Maybe it's worth waiting until I get to the LMGs. Okay, let's just try and deal with you. Okay, there's another amalgam. Maybe if this one lights on fire, I'll unlock it even. Okay, that needs to go down. Die, please. So I'm half tempted to call in my chopper gunner, but I think I'm alright at the moment. I don't have any Casimirs left though, so I need to remember that. I do have my Ether Shroud still. And I've still got self-revive, so let's just get myself back up after that embarrassing display. And my fire rate is now decreased quite massive. God, these things are tough at this point. Okay, don't go down now. Not when you've got one zombie left to kill. Can you die? Thank you. Right, let's get out of here.